from Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine. It's Hockey East on ESPN+. Two teams looking to right the ship. It's the UMass Lowell Riverhawks taking on the Maine Black Bears. Welcome to the Black Bear pregame show presented by Hammond Lumber Company, a fourth-generation family-owned company with 34 locations and over 1,200 employees across Maine and New Hampshire. For more information, stop in or visit them online at hammondlumber.com. From the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth, I'm Jeff Mannix, alongside the broadcast voice of the Maine Mariners, Mike Keeley. And Mike, for Maine, it's 4 losses in 5. For UMass Lowell, it's 5 losses in 6. Winning is the important thing for both sides.
Something's got to give tonight, Jeff. Really appreciate you having me on the broadcast. Looking forward to this one as the Black Bears make their annual visit down to the southern part of Maine to embrace, you know, a different part of their fan base. Many alumni may be living down here now, and it might be what the doctor ordered, to come away from Alphon, still play a home game in front of a new atmosphere, and really try to forget about what's happened over the last few weeks.
Our player spotlight is brought to you by Oakhurst Dairy. Kindness, goodness, Maineness. Learn more at oakhurstdairy.com. For UMass Lowell, it's the freshman Dalen Wakely.
The Hockey East Rookie of the Week in the final weekend of November. A lot of very talented freshman players on both of these rosters. Wakely, the one that we're looking at tonight for UMass Lowell.
And for the Black Bears, when you need leadership, you count on your captain, and that's the senior defenseman Brandon Holt.
Yeah, especially when things are going rough as they are right now. He tried to bring his team back on Saturday against UNH, and they fell just a goal short. But we talked to Ben Barr pregame about really leaning on your leaders when things are going rough, and Holt is one of those guys they'll be looking to try to right the ship here tonight.
And now our keys to the game are presented by Quirk Hyundai in Bangor. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit QuirkHyundaiofBangor.com today.
Key number 1, wipe the slate clean, and obviously this applies to both teams, but especially for the Black Bears. As we mentioned, trying to come into a new environment here, it might be just what the doctor ordered. Forget about what happened last weekend. Key number 2, trust each other. Obviously that starts with leadership. There's been a lot of talk lately about culture and trying to get on the same page and treat each other better as human beings, and that's what the Black Bears will be looking to in key number 2. Key number 3, attention to detail. Precise passing, good positioning, good discipline, strong in one-on-one battles, shot mentality. And, you know, keeping it simple. A lot of times that is the best thing you can do when you're trying to end a losing streak.
When we return to Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, it'll be time to drop the puck on the only college hockey game across the country tonight. The UMass Lowell Riverhawks and the Maine Black Bears face it off next. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN+. It is the Maine Black Bears against the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. I'm Jeff Mannix alongside Mike Keeley, broadcast voice of the Maine Mariners. For tonight, we'll drop the puck. We'll get you the starters and all that in a little bit. That opening face-off is brought to you by Maine Trailer, the official trailer and storage container company of the Maine Black Bears. As it is UMass Lowell in the blue, Maine in the whites. Owen Fowler goes to get the puck and sends it wide of Austin Elliott's goal. Now Chabrier sends behind the Maine net as they look to get on the front foot quickly here, do the Black Bears. And the puck taken right back again by UMass Lowell. That's Diego Buttazzoni on the puck. He'll send it behind Matis Russo's goal. Sully Sholey takes hold of it. Sholey to Russell. Charlie Russell up the right wing boards, and he shoots that deep. Nate Miskey there to play the puck for the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. Playing in their 4th ever game in this building. Believe it or not, UMass Lowell is 3-0 playing here at Cross Insurance Arena, although 2 of those games were back in the 1980s when this place was called the Cumberland County Civic Center. That's Lee Parks with the puck, and this one sent toward the net by TJ Schweighardt, but Rousseau makes his first save of the game.
Well, a battle of freshman goaltenders here, Jeff, tonight, and a lot of talk, obviously, about Boya's struggles of late. Had that tough goal that he allowed last time out and got pulled for a rare time in his career, but Rousseau's been playing really well, and Ben Barr was clear that he was going to go with the guy that gives him the best chance to win, and he feels like that's Rousseau right now.
Tonight's starters, by the way, brought to you by Martin Surplus and Salvage with 13 locations throughout Maine. You'll never have to say I should have bought it when I saw it at Martin's. For Maine, across the front from left to right, it was Owen Fowler, Sully Sholey, and Charlie Russell. The deep pair, Loic Usero and Brandon Chambrier. Matis Rousseau in goal. 5 games played, a 2-2 record, 2.35 goals against average, 902 save percentage, and 1 shutout. For UMass Lowell, across the front left to right, it was Diego Buttazzoni, Dalen Wakely, and Libor Nemec. The defense pairing, Josh Morey and Dominic Payne in goal. Another freshman, Austin Elliott, 12 games played, 5-6 for his record, 2.55 goals against average, 904 save percentage, and a shutout. Backhanded in by Maine, but from behind the red line, that is icing. That gives us a chance to do the uniform report presented by UniFirst, proud supplier of uniforms to the University of Maine and businesses throughout the state for over 50 years. Maine wears the home white sweaters with the navy blue and light blue trim, the white helmet and that navy blue pants with the lighter blue and white on the side. UMass Lowell in their regular road sweaters, royal blue with white numbers and letters trimmed in red, with blue helmets, blue pants with a red and white stripe. Puck goes off the rink, and we'll get another whistle here in the early going from Cross Insurance Arena in Portland.
Well, it'll be really nice to see the Black Bears get the first goal. Obviously, starting strong is important in any game, but especially when you're struggling, just for the team confidence. All that talk about culture, if you can get some good vibes going on that bench, it could go a long way.
Draw one back by Maine, and backhanded up ahead by Loic Usero into the neutral zone. Jack Varwerk takes over for the Riverhawks. That's sent in by UMass Lowell's captain Jay Ahern, forcing a save from Rousseau. As the puck comes free here to Lee Parks, he'll shoot that one. It gets to the corner. Morey through traffic. It was going to miss, but Rousseau takes no chance. He will cover the puck and get a face-off.
Only 1 goal allowed in Rousseau's previous 2 starts. A tough luck 1-0 loss back on December 5th in that first game of the UNH series. And of course, coming in relief for Boyle last time out. Faced only 3 shots in the 3rd period, but stopped them all. And obviously he's the hotter hand right now for Ben Barr.
Matis Rousseau, one of the 9 players with major junior hockey experience, joining the Maine Black Bears this season in the first year that Canadian major junior players have been allowed to play NCAA Division I hockey. Charlie Russell, good play there, looking for Bodie Nobes rushing the play, but a nice defensive job by Connor Eady on the back check. Nobes sends down into the corner for Russell. Quickly to Owen Fowler. He's in his 2nd year with the Black Bears after 2 seasons at UMass Lowell. Nobes with the shot. That's blocked by Schweighardt, and he'll flip that one out on the backhand. Rolls down ice, might have enough for icing, but it's on net, so Rousseau had to sweep it away. Frank Jurasevich ahead to Russell. Charlie Russell in again. Russell looking for a little help there at the blue line. Didn't get it. UMass Lowell able to clear. Lucas Peterson to Brandon Holtz. Holtz racing through center, dumps it in around towards Nick Peluso. He got his first collegiate point last time out with an assist against New Hampshire on Saturday in just his 3rd collegiate game. Peterson looks to keep it in and does. Sent down low. Friel tried to set up Pichette, but it was on the wrong side of him. And UMass Lowell plays in again. That's Dalen Wakely shooting in. Wakely gives the puck to Nemec. Libor Nemec, Diego Buttazzoni, and now Morey. His shot makes it through but goes wide. And trying to hold the zone, Luke Shipley can't do it. Maine rushes out. Peluso enters the zone. Nick Peluso centering feed a little bit out of the reach of Lucas Peterson. UMass Lowell collects the puck again. It's Josh Morey feeding that to Dalen Wakely. UMass Lowell needs a change. 4 minutes gone. First period, no score.
A couple of good looks off the rush, but no shots yet. Got to test the opposing goalie here.
Nadeau gets the puck into the zone, and Elliott will hand that off to Dominic Payne. UMass Lowell comes out, a chance for a 2-on-1 here for the Riverhawks, and they score! Put home that time by Dylan Bentley for his 6th of the season, and UMass Lowell gets the first goal of the game.
And really the first time we've seen them come off the rush in this first period. It was a kind of a fortunate bounce. That puck looked to be cleared up ahead. I don't know if that was an intentional outlet pass or not, but it ended up in a 2-on-1 a little bit late getting back for the Black Bears, and a heck of a shot by Bentley there. Picked out a spot, stick side, and made no mistake.
So Bentley's 6th goal of the season puts the UMass Lowell Riverhawks in front of the Maine Black Bears 1-0 in the early going. Exactly the start Maine did not want tonight in their home away from home. Try to get that back quickly as it's rimmed all the way around by Bodie Nobes, and in fact makes it all the way down behind Boya's net, or pardon me, Russo's net. Jurasevich, and it's turned over. Parks swatted it toward the goal, batted down, but it's a hand pass called against the Maine Black Bears to draw the whistle. Tonight's game here at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland is sponsored by Key Bank and by Memic.
Well, the first 4 shots of the game all for the Riverhawks, and Black Bears have had some good chances on zone entries. You mentioned the one good back check play by Edie there, but obviously more shots or more pucks getting on Rousseau so far.
Around it goes. Shipley holds the zone, and it's Shipley. His wrister off a leg and wide. And Jurasevich digging for the puck, but it's Dominic Ravelli taking that over. Bentley, or Kilcullen rather. That shot rings the bar. A good one-timer by Shipley, but it's out of play, and UMass Lowell was that quick to that close to taking a 2-0 lead a little more than 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they've gained a little momentum off of that goal. That was a good cycle down in the offensive zone, had the Black Bears hemmed in a little bit, and a nice wing-to-wing pass over to that left circle. Rousseau gets the benefit of the post to help him out.
So another face-off to Rousseau's right. Sully Sholey will give way to Owen Fowler, the former Riverhawk. Maine able to push it to the corner. Fowler will go get it, turned over, but Peterson able to swat that away from Varwerk. Varwerk in front to Ahern, and that just missed high. It rims all the way out through neutral ice. UMass Lowell recovers at their own line. Ahern shoots in. Rousseau handling behind his net. Around it goes towards Ahern. And toward the front, Russell. A hard play there, but it's Ahern picking it back up. He shoots, save Rousseau. Varwerk's rebound. Varwerk back across. Alone is Parks. He stick handles and hit the post. Close, but not in the net that time. So back to get it is Morey. He'll take his time.
Things coming a little bit too easy right now for UMass Lowell, Jeff.
Riverhawks tend to be a stingy team, but they are very connected under Norm Bazin, who is in his 15th season at the helm of the Riverhawks and 18th season coaching college hockey overall. Calafieri sends towards the blue line, but intercepted. Doesn't make it out, though. Thomas Friel just rims it off the kick plate. UMass Lowell picks it up, and they are able to get it out. With some speed coming out is Dylan Bentley, the goal scorer. Bentley sends that one to Loic Usero. And out with it comes Brandon Chambrier. Gains the red line, puts that on Austin Elliott to force him to make a save, and he needs to cover that one up. We've got our first break in the action. 13-16 left in the first. UMass Lowell leads Maine 1-0. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. We're here to support your goals, your journey, and what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com or stop by to experience banking with heart. Bangor Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And Let's Go Black Bears IPA is the official beer of Black Bear Nation. Fill your steins with pride because a portion of all sales gets donated back to Maine Athletics. 13:16 to go, first period. Dylan Bentley has the early goal for the UMass Lowell Riverhawks as they have the lead 1-0 against the Maine Black Bears. Coming to you from the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth alongside the voice of the Maine Mariners, Mike Keeley, joining me tonight. I am Jeff Mannix. Happy you could join us on ESPN Plus, or to those of you north of the border in Canada, welcome to those of you watching on TSN Plus tonight.
Well, assists on that Bentley goal going to Dominic Payne, and the goaltender, Austin Elliott, gets the secondary assist, so helping out his offense there. Both of these teams really struggling to score. Just 2 goals for UMass Lowell as they were swept in a home-and-home by BC, and we know that the Black Bears with just 2 goals in their 2 losses to UNH.
Yeah, 1-0 in a 3-2 defeat last weekend at Alfond Arena in Orono. That was the first time that Maine had lost to the consecutive games on the same weekend in New Hampshire since 2008. Nobes with a shot. That rebound broke off of Elliott. Puck's loose in front of him. Cleared away by Schweighardt there. Maine keeping it alive. Jurasevich had it played past him, but Jaden Lipinski plays that one deep. And the first to it, though, is Miskey for UMass Lowell. Maine gets it back. Jurasevich, one-timer, just missed. Justin Poirier has the puck now. Maine's leading goal scorer fires, but into legs. Diego Buttazzoni can't get it out. Poirier, good job to hold the zone. Lipinski looking for Poirier. Poirier lays the body. Lipinski sends around. Josh Nadeau couldn't get it by Libor Nemec. And Nemec doesn't get it very far into the zone. Jurasevich gives the puck back, that time to Lucas Peterson. That one will bound in on Austin Elliott. Miskey gives it away. Lipinski missed Brock James, and now a clean breakaway for Connor Eady. He shoots a save with the right pad by Rousseau. And now Eady with the puck taken away from him. Will Gerrois comes out for Maine. Miguel Marcus almost turned it over. Marcus tied up. Eady has it back, and a penalty coming against Maine.
Boy, kind of a wild turn of events there, Jeff. The Black Bears are finally getting something going, and their centering pass backfired and gave Eady a breakaway. Big save by Rousseau, but then on the re-entry by Lowell, they draw the penalty, and now the Riverhawks. Oh, sorry, the penalty is against Lowell.
I thought it was on Maine,
I did too. I did too. So an offensive zone penalty by the Riverhawks. But I think, Jeff, there was some words from Ben Barr for his team during that commercial break, because they responded physically and finally got some shots on Elliott.
So this will be a Black Bear power play. It's presented by Versant Power, powering communities in northern and eastern Maine since 1924. Maine is 10 for 60 on the power play this season, 16.7%. UMass Lowell on the kill, 54 of 64 for 84.4. That's a much-needed goal for Josh Nadeau, and Maine has tied the game.
Just 4 seconds into the power play, and it all starts with the face-off, right? I mean, once you get that man advantage, you get a chance to automatically set up in the offensive zone. And we get a look at it here on the replay. The win was tipped just back, and then Nadeau activated down the right side, got to the bottom of the circle. They found him, and he made no mistake. That's a big one.
Josh Nadeau has now scored in consecutive games, and that is goal number 10 on the season for the junior forward, who came to Maine alongside his younger brother Bradley, a first-round draft pick of the Carolina Hurricanes. Those two were an outstanding combination the one year they were both at Maine, as, of course, the younger Bradley went and signed a pro contract with the Carolina Hurricanes after a very prolific freshman season. Here comes Sully Sholey. Sholey takes the shot. It rises a little bit too high. Fowler with the puck here. Fowler. holding the zone, Brandon Chabrier, but he couldn't get it by Chris Delaney. And now on the puck, that's Bentley. And the shot comes in. Mathis Rousseau makes the glove save on Dylan Bentley.
Well, already, even though he gave up the first goal, we're seeing Rousseau come up big on that breakaway prior to the penalty. That was a huge stop to keep it 1-0, and now obviously to keep momentum with the Black Bears after that power play goal. Poirier and Scholey pick up the helpers on Nadeau's 10th.
Good to see Bananas the Bear made the trek down from Orono today. 10:48 left in the first, 1-1 in the early going, in a game that really both teams could use a victory here. This is UMass Lowell's last game before the holiday break. Maine has 2 more after this. They'll host Lindenwood University for 2 games at Alfond Arena Saturday and Sunday this weekend in non-conference play before they take their holiday break. Maine won't play again until the new year, and boy, will that be a difficult one. They're at Denver.
Yeah, it doesn't get much harder than that.
Thomas Friel shoots this one ahead, banked it perfectly for Nick Peluso, but he's rubbed out of the play by Kilcullen. Peluso has it back in the corner, and coming out with that one for the Riverhawks, David Adazinski. Matis Russo handles behind the net. Is to Frank Jurasevich as we hit the halfway point of the first period. Maine will be deliberate when they come from behind their net once again. Lucas Peterson.
Just want to see them kind of settle things down here and get themselves into a comfortable state.
Brandon Holt gained the red line, shot it in. Schweighardt touched it first. Brock James, the Falmouth, Maine native, takes the hit. He's playing practically in his backyard. Falmouth's just to the north of Portland. Here is Holt, and that shot missed. Now Peterson rims it behind the net for Miguel Marcus. Sent in front, it finds James, dropped it back nicely for Holt. That's stopped by Elliott. And the rebound finds its way to Will Gerrois. He's taken off the puck, though, and Ahern shoots in. Good back checking by the Black Bears, both Peterson and Holt, to prevent a scoring chance. Parks down there, as is Ahern for UMass Lowell. Makes it out to Morey at the left point. Varwerk shot blocked by Holt. Kept in, though, by Morey. Gets around Gerrois. Morey's shot off the leg of Scholey in front. Varwerk, Morey, deflected by James. Around it comes to the near side for Jack Varwerk. And we've got a whistle. A holding penalty is indicated. And let's see which way it goes.
I think it's on Maine, Jeff.
Yeah, it would appear that way. And that is indeed the call. So it's going to be Maine that will be shorthanded when we get back. 8:44 left in the first. It's now 1-1. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Renewal by Anderson, the official replacement window and door company of the Black Bears. And Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your investment, and enjoy the ride. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. So Maine scored on the first power play of the game, only took them 4 seconds. UMass Lowell with its first opportunity of the game now.
Yeah, Brandon Holt got a little too aggressive along the wall there, grabbed on, and this has been a pretty wide open first period. Shots are 8-5 Lowell, but there have been some 10-bell scoring chances.
Certainly have been. The Riverhawks on the power play this season, 12 of 63 for 16.3%. The Maine penalty kill, 48 of 62, 77.4% on the season for them. Check that. UMass Lowell is actually 19% on the power play. My apologies there. Now on the puck, though, TJ Schweighardt for the Riverhawks. And it's Wakely. Dylan Wakely almost turned it over, and Friel does come up with it. Now it's a chance coming here for the Black Bears, and it's off the stick of Owen Fowler, but he's drawn a penalty as Diego Buttazzoni was forced to slash him.
What a great job on the penalty kill. First by Friel to ease that puck ahead, and then Fowler was trying to get the edge around the outside. I didn't think he was going to get there, but he was able to cut to the front of the net and draw the penalty, and that is some serious good work.
So it is Diego Buttazzoni, the freshman, taking the penalty. Buttazzoni, the younger of two brothers on this UMass Lowell team. Buttazzoni is 19. His older brother, Mirko, a sophomore, is 21.
I get the feeling we're going to see some chances here 4-on-4.
Indeed. Shot by Nobes. That one just misses. Charlie Russell lays a big hit on the Riverhawks' Nate Miskey, who has the puck now. Nate Miskey. He's a draft pick of the San Jose Sharks, number 13 in blue. The Riverhawks get it back around. Varwork taken away. It's a 2-on-1 for Maine. Russell to Nadeau. Russell lost the handle of it to the outside. Russell has it back now behind the net. Charlie Russell with two defenders on him, but Josh Nadeau picks up the loose puck. Backhands towards Nobes. It's going to leave the zone. Maine will regroup, though, with possession. Jurasevich back in the lineup after being a healthy scratch on Saturday night against New Hampshire back at home. First healthy scratch of his Maine career. Justin Poirier now with some speed. Poirier cuts in and scores! Justin Poirier! How about that? His 12th of the season puts Maine ahead.
Jeff, when you hear people talk about edge work, that is exactly what they mean. I mean, he was taking that puck down the right wing. It did not look like he had an angle, a clear angle to the net. And he just turned his body, I mean, just brilliant. And found a way to cut right to the front, then took it across the goal mouth and went to the backhand. Poirier's got points on both UMaine goals, and that one, both of them special teams.
Justin Poirier with his 12th goal of the season. He'd actually been pointless in 3 consecutive games before tonight. Well, he's broken out tonight, it would appear. An assist and now a goal to put Maine in front. And now Maine is on the Versant Power play. Versant Power, powering communities in northern and eastern Maine since 1924. Their second of the game, looking for their second power play goal of the game. Riverhawks, though, will clear the puck out. 30 more seconds left on the Diego Buttazzoni penalty. Brandon Holt drops back to Nadeau. Sholey rims around. Sully Sholey taking Max Scott's place on this top power play unit. Max Scott is out of the lineup tonight, day-to-day with an injury. Poirier plays toward the front. Elliott swept it away with the paddle as the penalty to Diego Buttazzoni comes to an end. So Maine is 1 for 2 on the power play now tonight. But they will take that. The power play had been fairly quiet over the last few games for Maine. Now a shot by Matherin, a save made there by Rousseau, but he can't stop the follow-up. Great puck work there by UMass Lowell, and it results in a goal for Libor Nemec to tie the score.
Yeah, the key play came from Mirko Buttazzoni, who got it into the goal mouth. And by the time it got behind Rousseau, he had no chance. It was an easy tap-in right on the doorstep. But this game has been punch, counter punch, and we might be in for some goals tonight, Jeff. Already 4 of them with still over 5 minutes left in the first.
Yeah, seems like a wild game early on here for these two teams. Both teams have now actually matched their goal-scoring total from the entire weekend in the opening 14 minutes tonight.
Yeah, clearly they were hungry, and you know, it might be to our benefit. We might get a fun one.
So Libor Nemec scores his second goal of the season. Elliott turns that backhander from Nobes away. Oh, given away. Marcus leaves. Giroux! That one made it through. Didn't get in, though. It got past Elliott, but not over the goal line. Jurasevich gives to Nobes. Now it's a good shot for James, who was looking for his first collegiate goal. Elliott denied him. Parks Shoots in. Rousseau to Jurasevich. Held in by Varwerk. And now with the puck is Giroir. Noves sweeps to James. Morey took it back and gave it away to Giroir. Will Giroir 1-on-4, got a shot away. And Elliott is forced to cover the puck up with Giroir nearby. That brings us to another break in the action. 4:38 to go in the first. It's 2-2. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. This broadcast is brought to you in part by University Credit Union, where Black Bears bank, and they want to know, how do you see you? Open your UCU account today at ucumaine.com. Federally insured by NCUA. And buy official fan gear at the official fan shop of the Black Bears, Bear Necessities Fan Shop. Open 24/7 at goblackbears.com/shop. That's goblackbears.com/shop.
Well, it's been a tough period to be a goaltender. 22 combined shots. Both of them have been under siege at times, scrambles around each net. And honestly, on all 4 goals, not much that either goalie could do on any of them.
Charlie Russell with a shot that just missed. Now Holt will try it from the other side. That's gloved down by Austin Elliott. And tonight's goaltending matchup is a little bit historic in Division I college hockey, because this is the first time ever 2 goalies who opposed each other in a Memorial Cup, which is the ultimate championship of major junior hockey, a lot like the American Frozen Four. It's the first time 2 goaltenders who've met in that tournament are meeting ever in a college hockey game.
And that's awesome, and obviously a result of the new rules allowing junior players to play in NCAA, and just a larger pool of talent we get to watch, Jeff.
Yeah, certainly is. Austin Elliott played with the team that won the Memorial Cup, the London Knights of the Ontario Hockey League, and actually went through the entire regular season with 1 loss last year. Not kidding. 35-1 was his regular season record for Elliott. Matis Russo split the season between the QMJHL's Halifax Mooseheads and Moncton Wildcats. He won the league title and got to the Memorial Cup with Moncton. Shot in now by Owen Fowler as we go below 4 minutes to play in the first period. 2-2 the score. Dylan Bentley and Libor Nemec, the UMass Lowell goals. For Maine, it's Josh Nadeau and Justin Poirier. Jurasevich from behind his own goal with Ravelli chasing. Friel in front of that Maine bench. Loic Usero to Jurasevich, and played deep by Nick Peluso. Pichette to Friel. Thomas Friel digging for the puck, as was Pichette. Chopped away from Pichette, but not cleared. Jurasevich, too much on it. That went up on edge on him, and it ends up clearing the glass for a whistle.
And Jeff, just building on the conversation about the pool of junior players now available in NCAA, I think it really relates to a lot of the struggles that many teams are having this season, and we talk about it at the ECHL level all the time. Whenever you play, you go from one level to another, there's a lot of adjustments to be made, especially from juniors where you're playing a long, drawn-out schedule, to NCAA where you're playing primarily on weekends, with the exception of this week for UMaine. But, you know, it's not as easy as it may look on its face.
Jurasevich through traffic, but easily seen there by Austin Elliott. He makes the save.
There's growing pains that you have to deal with. You know, guys are, you know, there's rule changes. You can't fight here in college hockey. So, and I know that's being phased out of juniors as well. But, you know, it just is a different game. And I think there's adjustments that are going to take maybe a half season to get used to.
As Jaden Lipinski reaches out for the puck, Jurasevich tried a shot, went up on edge on him again. Diego Buttazzoni got it into the main zone, but Usero takes it away, flips it ahead. We've got a delayed penalty coming. Looks like with UMass Lowell in possession. Interference is the indication from Stephen Rouillard. The other referee is Jeremy Tufts. The linesmen tonight, Shane Canale and Jeff McCorkle. go against Wakely.
It certainly seems like special teams are going to play a large role in this game. We saw the Black Bears instantly score on their first chance. Then 4-on-4 was full of opportunities. Poirier gets a goal there. And now that second power play was abbreviated, so now they'll get a second full opportunity to try and get this lead back.
2:43 to go in the first period. UMass Lowell scored first, Maine scored the next two, then UMass Lowell tied it. Maine on the Versant power play. Versant Power powering communities in northern and eastern Maine since 1924. Holt gets it back, shoots it, doesn't quite make it to Elliott. UMass Lowell gets the clear from Varwerk. Matis Rousseau lets Brandon Holt handle the puck. Sully Sholey to Nadeau with some speed. Poirier will try to chase it. First to it, though, is Mathurin, and he clears. Rousseau to Holt. Holt drops it back. Sully Sholey has to circle back to go get it. Sholey on the left side. Shoots that deep. Poirier trying to get there. Holt did a good job to keep it alive. Friel near the right point. Holt goes down the boards with it. And knocked away by Miskey, and it is cleared away by the Riverhawks.
Maine having trouble getting set up in the zone here. Obviously, they had the luxury of scoring right off the face-off on their first power play, but the Riverhawks did a pretty good job of PK so far.
Lucas Peterson. The drop pass to Russell. To Marcus for the entry. Trying to get it to Peterson. They do. One-timer Jurasevich. That one hit something and went over top of the goal. Looked like it went, okay, we've got a high sticking violation here with 1:08 left in the period.
A back and forth period. Each team has had the lead. You've seen lots of chances off the rush. Probably a little, as I said earlier, a little too wide open for both coaches' tastes. Not exactly how they want to play, but definitely entertaining for the sellout crowd here at the Cross Insurance Arena.
Draw just outside the UMass Lowell line. Peterson to Marcus. He'll get it in. Elliott hands it off to Morey, who turns. Good job sealing the boards by Marcus. Finds Russell and squirted away from him. Recovered by Jurasevich. And it hops Fowler's stick. Marcus looking for Fowler. Intercepted. The penalty comes to an end, and UMass Lowell has numbers. Varwerk snapped his stick on the shooting attempt. And Russell has it back. We're into the final 30 seconds now of the first period. Fowler. Owen Fowler poked away from him. That's Mirko Buttazzoni on the puck. Mirko shoots that behind. Jurasevich off glass. Marcus has it. He is crushed. And UMass Lowell has a chance. A save made by Rousseau. That's covered up. The hit that time by Connor Eady. The shot came from Shipley, but Rousseau made the save.
Marcus got hit pretty good up along the glass there, just inside the blue line. A little slow to get back to the bench. Right now, the Black Bears want to just take this tie into the locker room here. I think the good news is their offense has shown up. They're scoring some goals, obviously, as you mentioned, as many as they had all of last weekend. But some things to be desired on the defensive side. 13 shots allowed is a little bit too high of a number, and there have been times where Rousseau has been hung out to dry.
Draw will be to Rousseau's left. And Sholey against Wakely on it. Wakely eventually controls. Time ticks down in the period. Doesn't look like it's coming out of the boards. It will not as the horn sounds. And the first period comes to a close, but not bad for a first period. Certainly a lot of action and a lot of goals.
Entertainment value high. We mentioned that both of these teams had some pent-up scoring that they needed to get out of their system. They certainly did that in the first period. We saw the lead change hands a couple of times. And for the Black Bears, a couple of guys that have been doing it for them all year long. You mentioned Poirier had been in a little bit of a slump by his standards, but both he and Nadeau have been top 5 in Hockey East scoring this year. they're carrying the load there. Poirier's goal in particular, highlight reel. But give Lowell credit, they bounced back to get the game tied. They came off to the better start, and now it just becomes a 40-minute hockey game.
So your score after one period is the Maine Black Bears 2 and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks 2. We'll be back to begin the Bangor Savings Bank Intermission Report next. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Welcome back to Cross Insurance Arena in Portland through 20 minutes. The Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks are all tied up at 2. This is the Bangor Savings Bank Intermission Report, and one of the sponsors of tonight's game here in Portland is Memic, and we're joined by the president and CEO, Mike Burke. Mike, thanks so much for being here.
Glad to be with you.
Well, we know that there's a long-standing partnership between Memic and the University of Maine. Why is it important to Memic? And I know it's important to you. Why?
Yeah, well, it's important to me as an alum, of course, and I trace my very existence to the University of Maine, my parents having met there. But for Memic, as the state's largest workers' comp insurer, we're interested in the economic development of our state, and there's no organization, single organization in the state that does more to support economic development in Maine than the University of Maine.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of employers around Maine received an early holiday present from Memic as you announced $19 million safety dividend to a lot of the policyholders here. So that's a pretty big deal.
That's a fun thing to do, I tell you. People do like it when you send money back. And, you know, insurance is one of those things that people are frustrated with having to pay for. You know, you feel like, are you ever going to get a return from it? Yes, it protects you from risk. So our opportunity is when we do well, our insureds do well as well. Our policyholders get money back. And so we sent $19 million back this year. We've sent over $300 million in the last 20 years.
That's really impressive there. And Memic's United Way campaign has raised over $150,000 this year with nearly all of those contributions from Memic staff. How does your people first attitude there at Memic kind of really inspire things like that?
Yeah, we have a great culture. I'm really proud of our team. They're committed to their communities wherever they live. We have people outside of Maine as well, but our core, our headquarters is here, and we have over 300 people based in the Portland area. And every year they turn out for things like the United Way and commit to the community, commit some of their own money, and it really makes a difference.
Mike Burke, President and CEO of Memic, thanks so much for being here, and thanks for sponsoring the game. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be joined by Mike Keeley once again when we get back. We'll see first period highlights and stats. The Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks tied at 2 after one period. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Bangor Savings Bank Intermission Report continues at Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more. We're here to support your goals, your journey, and what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com or stop by to experience banking with heart. Bangor Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. From the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth, I'm Jeff Mannix alongside the voice of the Maine Mariners tonight, Mike Keeley. And boy, an eventful first period here, Mike. How's that for your first D1 game?
Yeah, you might have to have me on more often, Jeff. The goals are coming fast and furious. But yeah, it was, again, I think we shouldn't be surprised. Both of these teams going through a scoring slump and, you know, coming in kind of a new environment here. Not that it's a neutral site by any means. It's definitely a UMaine home game. But, you know, I think, as I mentioned to the open, kind of exactly what the doctor ordered. Get out of Alphond after a tough weekend. And obviously the offense did their part in the first, but so did UMass Lowell's. And again, a 40-minute hockey game.
Well, let's take a look at our first period highlights, and you'll see some good goals here in this one. The first goal came from Dylan Bentley. That one came at the 4:20 mark of the period here. Is now we'll start to see those highlights roll. It was a 2-on-1 breakaway. Great finish there by Bentley.
Yeah, and the play that started all the way back in the defensive zone after the goaltender Elliott actually got that puck up ice into a 2-on-1, and Bentley made a perfect shot stick side.
As you see the highlights continue there, Matis Russo having to come up with a big one. Maine here went to work after that, and then this led to a breakaway chance here A good save there by Matis Russo. Here's Maine's first power play, and this is how they got it tied.
Yeah, great play by Nadeau, activating there off the face-off. Great face-off win, and then a wing-to-wing pass, and he made no mistake. And this one was just a beauty right here. That was the go-ahead goal by Poirier. It's just brilliant edge work. The tying goal, too, for UMass Lowell right after that. A great play to get it into the goal crease by Buttazzoni. I don't know, was he the older or the younger Buttazzoni, the sophomore. And both goaltenders very, very busy, Jeff, in that first period. Again, a combined 24 shots on goal. They both did make some timely saves. That breakdown, or the breakaway, I should say, that was really kind of a roller coaster sequence there. A puck that started down to the offensive zone and a centering pass led to a breakaway. So actually, I thought both goaltenders played well despite the high scoring period that it was.
Yeah, as you see the stats there in the first period, pretty much everything there is even, with the one big exception of the face-offs being a big advantage for the Black Bears.
And obviously they scored that power play goal using the face-off win. And that's like an underrated statistic. I mean, the more you win face-offs, the more you have the puck, obviously, especially when you get that face-off in the offensive zone, you get a chance to get set up. We saw with the second, or actually I think it was the third Maine power play, they could not get the puck set up in the zone, and face-offs obviously a big part of keeping possession, and it's a category you definitely want to be on the right side of.
Certainly do, and the Maine Black Bears for right now are even with the UMass Lowell Riverhawks through 20 minutes. When we come back, it'll be time to drop the puck on the second period here at Maine's home away from home, the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. It's Maine 2, UMass Lowell 2. The second period is next. You're watching Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN Plus, and tonight on TSN Plus as well. We're at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine, home of the ECHL's Maine Mariners. It's the annual home game for the Black Bears in the southern part of the state. Through one period, it is 2-2 between the Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks in this Hockey East contest. We come to you from the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth. Need tires or service? Go to Twin City Tire and Service on Wilson Street in Brewer, online at twincitytireme.com, or call 207-989-TIRE. I'm Jeff Mannix, alongside the voice of the Maine Mariners tonight, Mike Keeley. Happy to have you on board for this one, the only game in Division I college hockey on this night.
Yeah, I can't imagine we're going to see as much of a crazy, wide-open second period or even third the rest of the way. I imagine both coaches want really pass the message of tightening things up there between periods, because I think it was a little bit too loose for their liking, both sides.
Certainly, especially, I mean, UMass Lowell especially, so structured under Norm Bazin. The trick has usually been, if they score 3 goals, they're going to win when he's been at the helm of the Riverhawks. Well, they're almost there right now, so it might be a race to 3. But the second period opening faceoff is brought to you by Maine Trailer, the official trailer and storage container company of the Black Bears. Dalen Wakely with the puck. Good job on the back check by Charlie Russell to prevent him from getting a scoring chance. Jurasevich gives to Loic Uzero, and now Scholey lost the handle on it. Diego Buttazzoni, and the pass there did not make it to Dominic Payne, who was cutting back door. That's a good attempt by Nemec to get it to him. Now the Riverhawks have numbers again. It's a 3-on-2. Diego Buttazzoni to Shipley. He shoots it, blocked by Uzero. Another block by the Black Bears. Uzero plays to the end boards. Now Kilcullen tried to get it down low. Mirko Buttazzoni didn't hang on to it. And now Mirko Buttazzoni couldn't handle the pass from Delaney. Now an attempt misses the net. Delaney back around for Mirko Buttazzoni. Mirko Buttazzoni, near corner. Still has the puck. Mirko Buttazzoni, another block by Uzero. Sent toward the front. The tip by Bentley is too high. Shipley down low. Another Maine block. And now Sully Scholey can come out to neutral ice. He'll gain the red line and flip it in.
A couple big blocks there by the Black Bears, but for UMass Lowell. This is the start they wanted in the second. They had hemmed the Black Bears in their zone for the first minute and a half.
Bodie Nobes outraces Dylan Bentley to the puck. Nobes to Chabrier. Off the glass and to neutral ice. Sent back in, though, by Delaney for the Riverhawks. First meeting between these two teams since the Hockey East quarterfinals at Alfond Arena last year. Maine won that in dominant fashion, 7-1. Maine has actually won the last 5 meetings with UMass Lowell, 5-0-1 over the last 6, which interestingly enough, prior to that, UMass Lowell had won 6 in a row.
Yeah, you beat me to it. It's been back and forth in the all-time series, and obviously players come and go and coaches come and go, and you see that happen. But it's interesting too, and you pointed out earlier the success that Lowell has had here in this building as well. So, you know, you just never know what you're going to get. Yeah,
UMass Lowell did win a Hockey East game against Maine back during the 2021-22 season in November, a 2-0 decision. Their other wins came in Division III in 1983, playing in a tournament known as the Down East Classic back then. They beat Colby, a Maine school, 3-2 in overtime, and then beat Plattsburgh State 4-2 for the championship. With the puck here is Jaden Lipinski, a Calgary Flames draft pick. One of 5 draft picks on the Maine roster, 4 of them in the lineup tonight.
I didn't think we'd get a Plattsburgh reference, the arch rivals of my alma maters, Oswego.
That's right. That's right. With the puck here is Dominic Payne. They'll work this to Edie. His shot, that's turned aside by Rousseau, and now it's bounded wide that time by Josh Morey. Lipinski with the puck along the near boards. Holt trying to help him a little bit. Morey able to poke at the stick and take the puck back. That's off the post, and it's off Rousseau's back and in the net. Give that goal to the freshman David Adazinski. That's his first collegiate point, and the Riverhawks have the lead again.
Well, that is one that Rousseau would like back. It looked like he was able to see it pretty easily. Obviously, it went off of that post, maybe screened a little bit by the defender, and then just an unfortunate bounce to go post, body, and then into the back of the net. And to Lowell's credit, they earned that goal. They've been the better team in the first couple minutes of this second period.
So Maine will have to dig out of a deficit for the second time tonight. Crucial Hockey East points on the line for both teams. Maine currently in a tie for 5th place. UMass Lowell back in 8th coming into the night. Although Maine, with a regulation win tonight, would actually vault their way back into 3rd place in the conference.
We mentioned it's wide open. It's there for the taking for somebody if they get hot.
So here comes UMass Lowell once again. That's Tanias Matherin getting the puck up ahead. But it's intercepted. Here's Jurasevich leading a rush. It's a 3-on-2. The pass dropped off to Miguel Marcus, but the shot blocked wide of the net. And here come the Riverhawks. Mirko Buttazzoni to Shipley. Back to Buttazzoni. His shot missed the goal. And knocked down. And it's Bentley to Mirko Buttazzoni, but that missed the net. It's all UMass Lowell here in this second period so far. And they've taken the lead back. Chabrier back around, looking for Gerrois. Taken back, here's a chance maybe, but it misses the net that time for Miski. The defenseman jumping up in the play. Mirko Buttazzoni had a long shift here, but he's been effective. Mirko Buttazzoni, back that goes to Miski. Miski taken down on the play by Russell. Maine is able to clear the zone. Schweighardt has it again at his own blue. TJ Schweighardt, the shot is stopped by Rousseau there on Connor Edie. Jurasevich trying to tie up Edie. Edie, good cross ice pass there, and another save by Rousseau on that shot attempt by Dominic Payne.
Maine a little bit too tentative in the defensive zone to start this period. They're letting the Riverhawks kind of dictate play right now. Just kind of backing off. Not a lot of help for Rousseau. He's faced several point-blank chances here. And this game has featured 3 lead changes already. So the Black Bears need something to get momentum back. I like the game Brock James has played so far. You mentioned a Falmouth kid. He's probably got some additional family and friends in attendance here tonight, and he seems fired up.
That's kind of the way he plays, certainly. He's been certainly a guy who Ben Barr likes for the culture. Didn't play a lot last year in the USHL because of an injury. He was a captain for his team there in the USHL, which was the Sioux Falls Stampede. Only played in 11 regular season games, though, did Brock James last season. In his 4th game as a Black Bear tonight. Elliott gives again to Payne. Ahern backhands in. Ahern, a grad transfer from Niagara. Shot to the near glass. Friel to Pichette. Here's a little bit of a chance here for Maine. Pichette fanned on that one-timer. He's got it back. He shoots. It's through Elliott, but wide. And Chabrier on the other side of the net couldn't pick it up.
I just couldn't quite react fast enough. It was there for the taking.
Interception there on Josh Nadeau by Sean Kilcullen. Peterson to Nadeau. Lipinski starts the breakout. He'll get it around the first man. Diego Buttazzoni there to grab the puck and give to Wakely. His pass missed Edie, and that will go for icing against UMass Lowell.
Well, at least a little bit of a sign there that the Black Bears might be able to turn things around there. Chabrier just didn't expect that puck to come his way as it trickled through Elliott to his right. Chabrier was alone there, but he just couldn't pick it up in time. But you just want to see UMaine get some time in the offensive zone here, get some forward checking, some cycling going, because as you mentioned, it's been all Lowell since the puck dropped to start the second.
Face off to the left of Elliott. Maine's able to control. Jurasevich, one-timer save, and the rebound kicked away by Elliott on Sholey. Sully Sholey, side of the left circle. That one rode the glass and ends up out of play to bring us to a break in the action. David Adzinski with an early goal here in the second has given UMass Lowell the lead again. You're watching Hockey East on ESPN+. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Visit your Chick-fil-A location in Bangor today. If you're buying or selling a home, call the official home team of the Black Bears, Berkshire Hathaway, the Emily Ellis team, and CMG Financial. These all-stars have you covered for all your real estate needs, and they make a donation to Maine Athletics for every sale. Tell them Bananas sent you. And get an inside look at the Black Bear Athletics program at the Black Bear Coaches Show, Wednesday nights at 6 at the Sea Dog Brewing Company in Bangor. If you can't make it in person, tune in on the Black Bear Sports Network, the Black Bear Nation app, or goblackbears.com. UMass Lowell has the lead again on the Maine Black Bears for the second time tonight. 3-2 the score, still fairly early second period. Owen Fowler digs the puck free. Russell tried to get a shot on net, but a good little poke check by Dylan Bentley. Sholey, side of the right circle. To the point he goes with it. That knocked down in front by Bentley. Fowler, make that Russell to Jurasevich. Hopped his stick and left the zone. Sholey turns and fires right back in. First to it was Miskey. And Miskey has the puck again. Maine looking to gain possession of the offensive zone. Can't do it yet. Bentley is unable to clear the zone. Fowler towards the front. Only player there was Miskey, who played it away. Mirko Buttazzoni. Now Bentley knocked off the puck. Russell to Usero. Loic Usero James to Jurasevich. And back to Yuzero. James, run into, Riverhawks take the puck. And in comes Adazinski. Adazinski to Maury. Good cross-ice feed. They shoot, but it's lifted too high that time by Edie.
What a pass by Maury there.
Now Marcus on the puck for Maine. Jurasevich to the red line. Can't get it in. Second attempt he does. James was in ahead of the puck, though, so Maine will peel off. And it's going to be offside. They didn't. Will Giroir didn't realize that it was offside, so play halted, and it will be called intentional offside. So the faceoff's going to come all the way back down to the Maine zone.
Black Bears settling things down a little bit after that frantic start to the period again. I'm sure that Rousseau is upset at himself, the goal that got by him, but Black Bears just got to get to work in the offensive zone, work that forecheck.
Maine controls this draw. Peterson racing up ice, can't get there ahead of Tanias Mathurin. Varwerk brings back in his shot, blocked by Holtz. To the far corner it goes. Pichette shoved off the puck, and now Peluso gave it away. And good sliding play by Lucas Peterson to prevent a chance for Ahern. Peterson and Ahern continue to battle along the end wall. Varwerk losing his stick, trying to pin it with his skates. As it stays along that kick plate, now goes way up in the air and lands right behind Mathurin. Shot back in again by the Riverhawks. Rousseau to Holtz. That one off the stick of Pichette. He got it back and found Friel. Chips it deep. Peluso gets there ahead of Shipley and takes the hit. Peluso back to the point. Nobes, wrister, missed the net. Chambrier from the left point. That one off a stick and over the glass a little before the halfway point of the game.
Well, we said we didn't expect this period to be quite as wide open, and that's played out. We've seen a lot of battles along the boards for pucks there. And a really good play in the defensive zone by Peterson to give up the body there, and it looked like a potential 2-on-1 in front of the net. So the Black Bears, they're working hard. Just nothing to show for it in the second period just yet, but trending in the right direction.
Face off to the right of Austin Elliott. Maine controls. Nobes looking for Lipinski. Couldn't reach out far enough for it. And the puck cleared away by Delaney. Mirko Buttazzoni looking for Bentley. And now Nobes ended up clearing the glass on that shoot-in. So that will bring us to a break in the action with 9:43 to go in the second period. UMass Lowell leads Maine 3-2. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. This game is brought to you in part by Dirigo Pines, where it's not like home, it is home. Dirigo Pines makes senior living simple. Start planning your retirement today by contacting Jenna Bean to schedule a visit. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by UniFirst, proud supplier of uniforms to the University of Maine and businesses throughout the state for over 50 years. And Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is a local family-owned company that has been serving Maine communities for over 40 years, proudly voted Bangor's best cleaning and restoration company since 2015.
Well, past the halfway point of this game now, and Norm Bazan's team has definitely locked it down a little bit, but Black Bears still have their chances here and plenty of game left.
A little more than half the game played. We're at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine. That was the voice of Mike Keeley, broadcast voice of the Maine Mariners, who call this building home. I'm Jeff Mannix. Glad you could join us here on ESPN Plus and TSN Plus tonight.
3 hockey games in 4 days here at the Cross.
That's right. The Mariners will be home for 2 games this weekend. including a Portland Pirates night,
Yes.
where you're honoring the previous team that was here, which is the one I worked for.
Yeah, we're bummed you're going to miss out on that, but we'll see you here in January for the second one.
Yes, and I'm highly looking forward to it, let me tell you. Cleared away here by the Riverhawks. And it is once more Lucas Peterson. Impressive freshman defenseman. Finds Russell. He was actually able to tip that from the center circle on net. Elliott made the save. Russell unable to keep the puck in the zone, though, so he's got to retreat with it. Uzzarell ahead to Scholey, who'll chop it into the zone. Schweighardt is there just ahead of Fowler. Uzzarell with a good hit, but back the other way comes Edey. Edey just missed the net. He beat Russo with that shot, but it wasn't on frame. Jurasevich gives it away now to Ravelli, but Scholey takes it right back. Fowler backhands across for Russell to sweep forward. Scholey and Edey to the boards. And now Jack Varwerk takes over. Ravelli around Rousseau. And Frank Jurasevich. Jurasevich in his second year with Maine after transferring from Merrimack. Gerrois in a little late on Kilcullen. Luke Shipley able to find Lee Parks. Parks with some speed drops it off for Ahern. That's sticked away by Rousseau. Shipley down into the corner for Ahern. Parks centering feed, makes it to Kilcullen at the point. He'll try it. Big hop off the end boards, but stayed behind the net. The boards are very lively at Cross Insurance Arena. Even more so than at Alphont.
Yeah, and you can see teams as they learn that, as that puck gets flipped out of play, they can take advantage of intentionally shooting wide from the point there. A lot of times tough for goalies to react, not knowing where that puck's going to come off the end boards. And yeah, I mean, you have to, building to building, you got to be aware of that. And I know the best goalies will always take a peek during whether it's morning skate or even pregame warm-ups to see exactly how those pucks are going to bounce off the backboards.
Brock James takes this face-off against Dylan Bentley. Bentley, one of the bigger players for UMass Lowell at 6'4", 192 pounds. Gerrois could not get that by Mathurin. Bentley tried to center, rolls toward the front, but James able to clean it up and send it into the Lowell zone. Tanias Mathurin shoots that in. Mathurin, a Detroit Red Wings draft pick. One of 3 in the lineup tonight for the Riverhawks. 3 draft picks, that is. Noah Miskey, or Nate Miskey, and Dalen Wakely, the other 2. Mirko Buttazzoni on the puck. Good centering feed. Loose puck saved by Rousseau. He swatted the rebound away from the crease. Almost made it back to him. But Maine held on to that one, and now Morey loses the puck out to center. He brings back in. Chabrier will get to it ahead of Bentley and leave for his defense partner, Nobes. Under 6 minutes left, second period. Nobes stick handling too much behind the net. He gave it away. Wakely's shot blocked by Chabrier. And Mirko Buttazzoni centered, it pinballed around in the zone, not held by Miskey, as he looked like he wanted to shoot the puck before he had it. Sent deep again by the Riverhawks. Friel able to tap it out to neutral ice. Maine can't get possession, though. Pichette back to retrieve the puck. Nemec loses it. One right back. It's TJ Schweighardt. Schweighardt to Nemec. Blocked by Chabrier. He's blocked, I think, 2 or 3 shots this shift. Cleared away. Maine's got it. Backhanded in by Pichette, who's got to peel off for a change. Friel will pursue. Schweighardt to Dalen Bentley, or Dylan Bentley, rather. Make that Dalen Wakely, and it's Scholey to take the puck away. Riverhawks have it again. They've been stronger in these battles here in the second period, but here's a giveaway to Fowler. Oh, and Fowler taken down. Penalty coming on the Riverhawks. So a holding call will put Maine on the power play when we return. 4:39 left in the second period. It's UMass Lowell leading Maine 3-2. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Oakhurst Dairy. Kindness, goodness, Maineness. Learn more at oakhurstdairy.com. Tonight's game is also brought to you in part by Down East Orthopedics, Down East Orthopedic Associates, the official orthopedic provider of the Black Bears. And tonight's game is brought to you by Pepper's Landing. Check out their lunch, dinner, and gluten-free menu at pepperslanding.com or stop by one of their 3 locations in Old Town, Brunswick, and Ogunquit.
Huge power play opportunity for the Black Bears here to tie this before the end of the period.
And that power play is brought to you by Versant Power, powering communities in northern and eastern Maine since 1924. Sholey in the corner, taken away from him. They'll make it out to Poirier. One-timer score! Justin Poirier's second goal of the night ties the game at 3.
Well, he can do it in so many different ways, Jeff. His first goal was off the rush, a highlight reel dangle. That one, just a rocket. He was hanging around out in the high slot and just stepped right into it. Puck kind of got deflected to him, and I think the change of pace probably threw off Elliott a little bit. And I think it's safe to say his little cold spell is in the rearview mirror.
I would say so. 2 goals tonight, and he assisted on the other.
Second power play goal for the Black Bears as well.
Making them 2 for 4 for the night. You'll take a 50% percentage on the power play for a game. And now we are tied again, 3-3. A little more than 4 minutes to go in the second period. In a crucial Hockey East game for both, with 3 points on the line as the puck hits something on the UMass Lowell bench to bring play to a halt with 4:05 left in the second period.
It looks like Nadeau and Friel will pick up the helpers there, so that's a 2-point night for Nadeau as well. And, I mean, you need your best players to step up when you're in a scoring slump, and that is exactly what guys like Poirier and Nadeau have done for the Black Bears tonight.
Certainly is, and we'll start to watch, because one of the storylines for both of these teams this season has been when they reach 4 goals, they tend not to lose. Maine, in fact, is 6-0-1 in games in which they've scored at least 4. They are 2-7 in games in which they've scored 3 or less. UMass Lowell, meanwhile, when they've scored 4 or more, are 6-0. When they've scored 3 or less, 0-10.
And I think that's probably pretty universal across college hockey, but obviously for these 2 teams, maybe a little extra important.
Fowler shoots this around and in. James was unable to hold the zone. Dylan Bentley has it back for the Riverhawks. He's taken to the boards by Charlie Russell. Loic Usero comes through center. James, and now Marcus. Miguel Marcus off the post. Great shot by the Nashville Predators draft pick. And here comes Wakely, draft property of the Edmonton Oilers, who sends wide on Rousseau. Wakely sent toward the front. Maine has it back. They've got some speed. Gerrois ahead to Marcus. Miguel Marcus turns, puts it behind the net for Gerrois, but he overskated the puck. Intended for Nemec. Pichette keeps it in the zone. Marcus couldn't control. Payne unable to get it out yet. Another board battle. Riverhawks control, and they're able to clear. Libor Nemec, who has one of the Riverhawks goals tonight. Rousseau, Jurasevich. Frank Jurasevich The diagonal pass to Chabrier, but it's offside against Maine.
Momentum's such a funny thing. Black Bears haven't had much going on all period long. They get that goal, and all of a sudden they're coming in with chances, good energy, and it should be a fun final 42 minutes at least of this. Sorry, 22. I got to check my math. We're not going to have 42. I promise you that.
The way this game's going, though, I think the fans would love an extra 20 minutes. I don't know about the players or coaches.
No, it's a busy week.
Indeed. Justin Poirier takes the puck back for Maine. He's battling with Mathurin. Holtz to Peterson. And Nadeau kind of fanned on the shoot-in. But Maine ends up winning the puck. That's Jaden Lipinski, but taken away from him. And now the Riverhawks come out 2-on-2. Ahern to Parks. The cross-ice feed, and Varwer crashes into the boards hard. The puck kind of fumbled on him a little bit, went up on edge, but he drew a slashing penalty, and Maine goes shorthanded.
There's a couple times that the Riverhawks have really been able to thread the needle and find somebody headed to the back door, and that was the case there as well. And unfortunately, forcing the slash on Nadeau. And now this becomes a crucial penalty kill for the Black Bears with 91 seconds left in the period.
It's just the second power play opportunity of the night for the Riverhawks. They are 0 for 4.
And the first one was abbreviated because they took a penalty in the middle of it.
And a good block there by Thomas Friel on Diego Buttazzoni. Mirko Buttazzoni has the puck. Mirko to brother Diego. Back to Mirko. They trade places. Schweighardt to the left corner. Jurasevich fanned on the clear attempt. It's given away to Friel, and that's enough to get it out. Owen Fowler trying to come in shorthanded again. He'll pin the puck. He'll wait. He'll shoot it deep now. Made the smart play. Maine will get 3 other fresh penalty killers on, and now Fowler will come off as well. Schweighardt over the red and enters the Maine zone. Chabrier with the hit on Schweighardt. Usereau to Pichette. Thomas Pichette lifted away from him. Usereau got it back. Great play, and he clears.
Yeah, that was huge. UMass Lowell starting to put on the heat a little bit. Big clear, gets your team a chance to change, and now 30 seconds.
And now with the puck is Shipley. Luke Shipley over the red line and into the offensive zone. Chabrier takes the puck away. Usereau can't quite control the pass. Mirko Buttazzoni to Diego Buttazzoni. And the pass back for Bentley, almost intercepted. Now it is cleared out by Russell. 8 seconds left in the period. UMass Lowell won't have enough time to do much with it. Shipley will try to get it long. It's intercepted, and that does it for the second period. UMass Lowell with an early goal in the period to retake the lead, and then a power play goal by Justin Poirier ties us back up.
Yeah, you got to feel pretty good about yourself if you're Maine right now, because for much of that period you got outplayed pretty handily, but that power play goal by Poirier was huge to swing momentum back. Obviously now you go into the locker room tied instead of down. You'll have to kill 29 seconds of penalty time when the third begins, but you're not in a bad spot. You just got to make sure you play a little bit better than you did there in that second.
So we'll take a timeout and we'll begin the Bangor Savings Bank intermission report when we come back. Your score through 2 at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. It's the Maine Black Bears 3 and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks 3. You're watching Hockey East on ESPN+. Welcome back to Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. It is our second intermission report. Hockey East on ESPN+. The Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks are all tied up at 3. I'm Jeff Mannix. One of our sponsors tonight here at Cross Insurance Arena for tonight's game is KeyBank, and we're joined by Colin March from KeyBank. Colin, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and tell us about KeyBank's partnership with the University of Maine Athletics.
Listen, we've been supporting UMaine for a number of years. A fantastic program, an iconic brand here in Maine. Obviously, we all support UMaine Athletics, and KeyBank is proud to support UMaine Athletics. We have been for years. and it's just a great partnership that KeyBank has here in Maine.
For sure, and you're giving away flag pennants too, right?
We are. Can everyone wave them? We have them co-branded, UMaine with KeyBank, and we want to see all those being waved out here.
So that's good stuff there. Tell us a little bit about KeyBank. I know it's an important anniversary for you.
So listen, it's 200 years, and we've been supporting the Maine economy in so many ways. We partner with UMaine Athletics in a couple of ways. We help support small business to get their message out. So we support a small business spotlight where the community can nominate small businesses to be benefit from the marketing program of UMaine. Nonprofits as well. There's a nonprofit hockey skating program called Unified Hockey that we're supporting. And then KeyBank this year is 200 years old, so we're celebrating our 200th year anniversary. Coincidentally, 200 years in Maine as well.
That's awesome.
So through acquisitions, we have been in the Maine market for 200 years. So we support this market, supporting the economy, philanthropy, sponsorships, loans, and we are here, and it's wonderful.
Good stuff there, Colin. Any parting thoughts for us?
Listen, KeyBank is here. We're growing. We love supporting UMaine Athletics. We love supporting everything here in Maine. And as a Mainer, I'm just proud to support UMaine Athletics and so proud to be a KeyBanker here in Maine.
All right, Colin March from KeyBank. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you
really
so much for having me.
We'll continue on the intermission report next. Mike Keeley will rejoin me. We'll see second period stats and highlights when we return. 3-3 after 2. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN Plus through 2 periods at Cross Insurance Arena. 3-3 between the Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. This is the Bangor Savings Bank intermission report. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. We're here to support your goals, your journey, and what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com or stop by to experience banking with heart. Bangor Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. From the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth, I'm Jeff Mannix alongside the voice of the Maine Mariners, Mike Keeley. And it definitely was a little bit more of a cagey second period, but once again, both teams equal each other on the score sheet.
Yeah, with how wide open it was in the first, you had to know we were going to see some adjustments there in the second, and really was a tale of 2 periods. After a 13-11 shot advantage for Lowell in the first, it was 6-4 in the second, and it was all Lowell for the first at least half of the period, if not more. They got that go-ahead goal, but give the Black Bears credit. They hung in there, they kept it within striking distance, and then they utilized the power play for the second time tonight. Special teams has been huge for them. 3 of their 4 goals have come in special team situations.
Well, let's take a look at those second period highlights for today's game, as it would be the Riverhawks getting on the board very quickly here in the period off this unfortunate bounce for Matis Russo.
Yeah, unfortunately hit Russo in the back after going off the post and then carried across the line. That's one he would like back for sure.
Certainly would. Maine went to work after that, though. It would take them a little while to get on the score sheet. It would take them, in fact, until they had a power play. But you see an awful lot of the Maine Black Bears going to work. This was a good chance here for UMass Lowell that Rousseau was able to turn aside.
Yeah, give him credit because he gave up what would probably be considered a weak goal, but he clamped down on several occasions to keep it a 1-goal game. I think this is the tying goal right here.
It sure is. Maine fans have certainly seen that Justin Poirier shot a few times this season. That's his 13th goal of the season and second tonight.
And points on all 3 goals for the Black Bears. And we mentioned that he's clearly out of that slump he was in. And what I like about it is that he's done it in different ways. I mean, his first goal was of the highlight reel variety as he came down the right side and cut across. And that one was just old school hockey. Just wind into it and put everything you have behind it. And just correction early, I said 3 of the 4 goals. Of course, I meant all 3 goals that UMaine has scored have come on the special teams. So obviously want to get it going 5-on-5 in the third. They're going to start the third on the penalty kill, though.
Yeah, that they will as you see those stats there. And Maine still the big advantage in the face-off circle, but blocks is a big one. Maine had a lot in that second period.
Yeah, and again, when you're spending a lot of time in your defensive zone, you have to bail out your goaltender from time to time and make sure he's not tested a little bit too much. And they did do a good job committing to giving up the body there at times. And again, weathering the storm, if you will, and getting better as the period went along.
So when we come back, we'll drop the puck on an all-important third period for these two Hockey East foes. The UMass Lowell Riverhawks and the Maine Black Bears are tied at 3. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN+. The lights are down for the entrance for the third period. A very important one for the Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland. We are tied at 3. In the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth, I'm Jeff Mannix, joined by the voice of the Maine Mariners, Mike Keeley. Let's take a look at the Hockey standings before we get going for this third period to let you know how important this game is for both of these teams. For Maine, a regulation win will put them above Northeastern in third place. For UMass Lowell, they can at least jump one more spot over Merrimack if they're able to pick up a win of any type.
Just look how tight that is. 5 teams separated by 2 points. It's going to lead to some really intriguing matchups down the stretch as we get onto the other side of the holidays, but it really is wide open. I mean, even the teams at the top, they stumble a little bit, and you could see teams go from 5th to 1st or vice versa. It's really wide open, Jeff, and if the Black Bears can just go on a run here, they could find themselves at the top before too soon.
Yeah, in fact, it was just about a month ago that the Black Bears were at the top of the Hockey standings, tied with UConn, but since that happened on November the 14th, Maine has lost 4 out of 5 games. UMass Lowell has only won 1 out of their last 6 as well. So both teams certainly looking to get the ship righted and get 3 big conference points in the bank.
Well, the Black Bears start this period with Nadeau in the box for 29 seconds, so got to get through the rest of this kill and then try to get the lead back. The lead has already changed hands 3 times in this game, and the Black Bears will try to make it a 4th.
We'll have to do the opening face-off for the third period once again. When we get it, it is brought to you by Maine Trailer, the official trailer and storage container company of the Black Bears. 28 more seconds left on that penalty to Josh Nadeau, and the third period's underway. Skying it in was Brandon Holt, forcing Austin Elliott to reach up and grab that with his glove. But here come the Riverhawks. One last rush on this power play, and a heavy hit at the bench on Shipley. Jurasevich, not enough on it to get it out. Across it goes, they score! Dylan Bentley with his second goal of the night. A failed clearance for Maine costs them a power play goal for UMass Lowell, and they're ahead 4-3.
The third combined power play goal we've seen tonight, the 4th goal that has come in special team situations. And boy, you thought with just 29 seconds left in that kill, the Black Bears wouldn't have too much of a tough time getting through it, but Lowell came in with a plan, and we've seen this a lot from them tonight. They have moved the puck across the ice effectively, and Bentley, as you said, is second of the game.
So Bentley now up to 7 goals on the season for the senior from Peoria, Illinois. Maine looking to get it right back. Poirier stick handles and shot it too high on the backhand. Lipinski worked that one back to Usero. His shot blocked that time by Dalen Wakely. Wakely looks like he's got the puck here. He does! He sent it across the slot. Nobody in blue there to help him out. Varwerk keeps it in. Not for long, though, as Chabrier gets it back ahead for Nadeau. Josh Nadeau can't get around the check of Schweighardt. Lipinski digging at it. Ahern with it. Schweighardt up the middle, picked off by Jurasevich. He'll send into the zone. Schweighardt first on it. Good hard around to Mirko Buttazzoni. Cross ice and a little out of the reach of Payne. Maine gets it back to neutral ice. Morey to Mirko Buttazzoni. Turned over to Peluso. Good help there to Thomas Friel. Peluso going after this one. It works its way out front. Only player there, though, was Mirko Buttazzoni, who took the puck back for the Riverhawks. And now Friel, or make that Peterson, around to Friel. Pichette backhands down the ice, race for it here. First to it, though, is Mathurin. And Friel fell as he tried to turn. Peterson able to get it ahead for Thomas Pichette. Pichette getting around, Kilcullen, the backhander off the outside of the goal. Now it's Peterson, side of the right circle. Peterson behind the goal line. Lucas Peterson shoots it. Hit Pichette, he'll chop at it on the backhand, didn't get it through. And now UMass Lowell takes over. Dominic Ravelli fires into the glove of Rousseau, and he'll hold on.
Well, Justin Poirier already with one hat trick this season on opening night and was oh so close to another one just seconds after the go-ahead goal. He was right in front of the backhand. He just shot it up and over. And meanwhile, for Lowell, Dominic Payne credited with 3 assists on their 4 goals. He came into the game with just 1 point. It was an assist, and he has tripled his output here tonight.
Maine wins that D-zone draw, but they ice the puck. So we'll bring it back down to the Maine zone and face it off there once again. This is the first of 3 meetings between these two teams this season. The other 2 games will take place about a month from now at the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, Friday and Saturday night, January 23rd and 24th. That'll actually be the first of 3 games Maine will play in Lowell this season. They'll also play one against the Northeastern Huskies because Northeastern, as of Saturday night, loses their home rink, Matthews Arena, which will close down for the game against Boston University. Northeastern's going to have to spend the rest of the season as nomads. In fact, one of the 2 games they'll play against Maine, home games, by the way, will be played here at the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland in February. Even though that'll be Northeastern's home game, I have a feeling most of the fans will be cheering for Maine.
I was going to say, that's like when the Chicago Cubs play a neutral site game in Milwaukee.
Right.
We'll take the extra home game, though.
Absolutely. Face off to the right of Elliott here. Austin Elliott and Mathis Rousseau, the 2 goalies tonight, as we mentioned, dueled not once but twice in the 2025 Memorial Cup. Back in May, Austin Elliott with the London Knights won both meetings. In the round robin, it was an overtime win for London. They also met in the semifinals, where London beat Moncton 5-2. London did go on to win the 2025 Memorial Cup against the Medicine Hat Tigers of the Western Hockey League. Elliott has it behind the goal. And Miskey is turned around a little bit. Schweighardt sends ahead. And out come the Riverhawks cleanly. Parks, drop pass there. Ooh. And run into was Miskey, and Russell loses the bucket as they collide. And Sully Sholey trying to stick up for his line mate.
Both of them actually came up kind of high on one another on that collision. It looked, at least from what I saw, kind of like incidental contact, but obviously the helmet coming off there made it look a little bit worse on the Maine side, but Russell seems to be all right.
And another face-off in the Maine zone here. And sends the Jaden Lipinski line out there with Poirier and Nadeau. It has been an effective line so far. It's responsible for all 3 goals for the Black Bears.
Oh.
2 of them on the power play, though, and now the puck makes its way out of play there from Lucas Peterson. In the pro game, that would be a 2-minute penalty. In college, it is not. It is used basically, or it's ruled basically as an icing. Well, you can't change. I prefer these rules much better.
I have a PTSD because back on Saturday in the Mariners Adirondack game, Nick Anderson, Mariners defenseman, tossed the puck over the glass from that exact spot with less than a minute to go in the third in a 1-1 game. And then Adirondack scored on the power play in overtime to win it.
I see. Peterson here to Brandon Holt. Lipinski. And Poirier shoots deep. Nadeau absorbs the hit from Parks, or make that Morey. And now out with this is Dalen Wakely. He'll rim it around hard. Holt to it before Varwerk. Wakely back on the puck again as Varwerk got caved in. Nadeau looking to get it up to neutral ice, and does. Lipinski can't get that much beyond Morey. Able to get it across to Holt now, though, who shoots in for a Maine line change.
That was a promising looking breakout for a moment. Lipinski and Poirier were both ahead there. It looked like it could have been a 2-on-1. Nadeau couldn't get it up quick enough.
Morey to the red. Put that right on the stick of Anthony Calafieri. And now Friel shoots in. Elliott handles, gives to Kilcullen. That's off Delaney and down. Usero back with it for Maine. Usero to the senior defenseman Brandon Chabrier. Usero tipped in by Pichette on Elliott, who steers to Kilcullen. Kilcullen leaves for Delaney. Kilcullen coming out with some space, gains the red, puts it behind the Maine D. Usero whacks it right back out. Kilcullen, good saucer pass to Bentley. Bentley sends in front, picked off though by Will Gerrois. Calafieri, left wing. Anthony Calafieri puts it on net. It's covered up by Elliott, and play stops.
Well, Jeff, you're mentioning 4 is the magic number for both of these teams, and that goal by Bentley just 24 seconds into the period got that 4th one for Lowell. So now it's on the Black Bears to try to grind out a 4th and change the narrative here to at least get this game tied again. They've got 14 minutes to do it.
Another face-off inside the UMass Lowell zone this time. To Elliott's right. Brock James, the Falmouth, Maine native, sets up to take it against Jack Varwerk. It's going to be Dalen Wakely now to take it. And UMass Lowell won it. Varwerk brings all the way in. Jack Varwerk shoots around to Ahern. Ahern into the middle. Wakely looked to set up Varwerk, but it was not on his tape. Marcus sends across to Jurasevich to get it deeper. Schweighardt takes the hit from Gerrois. He popped it free, but right to Varwerk. Marcus keeping it down there. Varwerk to Schweighardt. Peterson keeping it alive. Marcus to the boards for Gerrois. Ahern takes it back. Out comes Wakely. Wakely didn't get it very far into the zone, though, as Peterson looks to turn it back up ice. Holtz from the red. Holt knocked down by Morey. Holt almost got it back. The puck works its way to the near corner. Fowler, Scholey redirects, and Elliott is able to clamp down. So we've got a break in the action with 13 minutes to go in the 3rd period. It's UMass Lowell 4, Maine 3. You're watching Hockey East on ESPN+. Hammond Lumber Company is a 4th-generation family-owned company with 34 locations and over 1,200 employees across Maine and New Hampshire. For more information, stop in or visit them online at hammondlumber.com. And the Maine-New Hampshire Border Battle, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, is the hottest rivalry in college sports. Visit goblackbears.com/border battle for updates and special offers all season long. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
Well, 13 minutes to go here, and the Black Bears are really going to have to dig deep. They fought through a lot of late, and this will be a good test for them to try to come from behind.
And now with the puck, Mirko Buttazzoni loses it, and Maine was not able to keep the puck in the zone for very long. Holtz back into his own zone to get it. Scholey Mirko Buttazzoni run into by Russell. That sends Fowler off. Oh, and Fowler, backhander save, big rebound, but it's cleaned up by Diego Buttazzoni, and he gives to Mirko, and now we've got a penalty as a UMass Lowell player's down behind the play.
Yeah, it's going to be on Russell, I think. He went crashing in there looking for that rebound, and he went a little bit too aggressively over the top of Morey. And they're getting him, I think, for cross-checking.
We have the announcement momentarily.
Maine minor penalty for cross-checking.
And there you go. So this will be the third power play of the game for UMass Lowell, who is 1 for 2. Their most recent power play has given them the lead.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity by Fowler coming down the wing there. He had to stay on his backhand. He produced the rebound off the pad. And
UMass Lowell is challenging the previous penalty for a potential major.
All right.
well, our replay system will get some work.
Yes, it will. And with it being a replay, UMass Lowell calls the timeout to do so. So this timeout is brought to you by the official jeweler of the Black Bears, Designs by Aaron, where Maine goes to get engaged.
Well, here in the ECHL, we have a 7-camera video review system. In ECHL buildings, I should say, and through Spidio, the new system that AHL has used for a few years now. So they have all kinds of cameras to look at this one. They have cameras above the nets. They have cameras in the end zones. They have cameras on the blue lines. So they'll get a good look here. Now, I didn't see anything that I thought rose to the level of a major penalty, but we'll see what they say.
Yeah, we'll see. I was, of course, following the puck there, so I did not see the contact, just the aftermath of it with Morey with his helmet off, kind of laying next to the goal with Austin Elliott checking on him. We've got a quick ruling here.
There's no major penalty on the play. UMass loses the timeout.
So there it is. An unsuccessful challenge for Coach Norm Bazin means their timeout is gone.
Well, nevertheless, obviously a huge penalty kill. Special teams have played a gigantic role in this game. 2 power play goals for the Black Bears and a go-ahead goal earlier in this period for Bentley of Lowell. And if you're Maine, you got to kill this one off.
So, Charlie Russell, a 2-minute penalty for Maine. And the third power play of the night here for UMass Lowell. Thomas Friel and Varwork kept him from getting the puck, and a good back check from Delaney to prevent a chance.
You know, the Black Bears have flirted with some shorthanded chances throughout this game, so might be something to keep an eye on here.
They've got 4 shorthanded goals as a team. Josh Nadeau has 2 of them. With the puck here, Varwork looking for Ahern. Jurasevich able to sweep it away from him. Varwork, back that goes for Shipley. Varwork, right circle. Ahern down low. Varwork, Shipley, blocked down by Friel. Friel's gonna get the breakaway this time. Thomas Friel shoots it, easily stopped by Elliott as he was toward the end of a shift, and we're gonna get a face-off inside the UMass Lowell zone. They've called a hand pass against the Riverhawks.
Yeah, exactly right, Jeff. Just not enough left in the tank for Friel there. Coming down the left side, if he was a little bit earlier in the shift, he might have been able to pull away, but yeah, I mean, the Black Bears have been really aggressive up along the point on the penalty kill, and there was a time in the first period where they drew a penalty in the middle of the kill, and not surprised to hear they have 4 shorthanded goals on the year. Trying to add to that.
Pichette, Nadeau, Chabrier, and Usero, the killers right now. Nadeau took a shot, blocked by the dive of Delaney. Good job by Pichette to try to pin this. It's taking 2-3 for UMass Lowell players to wrench it free. Josh Nadeau has it. He shoots it. It's blocked by Bentley. Nadeau looked to center that, but Luke Shipley takes it back. UMass Lowell will get a new power play unit on. Their top unit, Wakely, with the puck. Schweighardt back to Diego Buttazzoni. Diego Buttazzoni tried to go all the way in. James with the backhander all the way down. Black Bears almost have killed off this penalty. Here's Payne. 3 assists tonight for the Riverhawks. Dominic Payne lifted off his stick, cleared out. Charlie Russell's out of the box, pursuing it. Schweighardt was able to win the race. Mirko Buttazzoni shoots in. Nemec chasing. Holtz got there in the corner and got the puck to Jurasevich. Now Calafieri, 2-on-1. Poirier tried the pass. It's broken up, then tried to get it back out front. Hit the side of the net with it. Jurasevich, one-timer there is wide by Chabrier. Charlie Russell taken to the boards. Nemec able to get it out. Justin Poirier swung his stick pretty high there, and we're going to get another penalty. This one looks like on Maine again.
That's Lipinski behind the play.
Maine touches up, and the Black Bears are going to go shorthanded again. 9 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the third. It's still 4-3 Riverhawks. This is Hockey East on ESPN+.
Maine number 41, minor penalty for roughing.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Northeast Driving School, the #1 driving school in the greater Bangor area. Online at bangor-driving-school.com. By Martin's Surplus and Salvage. With 13 locations throughout Maine, you'll never have to say, I should have bought it when I saw it at Martin's. And this game is brought to you in part by the Fitch Company, Electrical and Control Systems Engineering, and a proud partner of the University of Maine Black Bears.
A couple undisciplined penalties here by Maine in the third period. That last one by Lipinski just got tied up with the Riverhawk behind the play, threw an extra shove. He goes for roughing, and another huge kill right here.
UMass Lowell's 4th power play of the night, 1 for 3 thus far. They were successful on their second one. That's what's given them the lead in the opening 30 seconds of the third period. 4-3 the score. Riverhawks with that top unit on, but Owen Fowler has taken the puck away. He'll shoot it down towards Elliott. Will leave for Schweighardt. TJ Schweighardt shielding it from Friel. Diego Buttazzoni to Mirko Buttazzoni. Nemec taken back by Jurasevich, who clears all the way down.
You said Mirko Buttazzoni's name a lot tonight, and this UMass Lowell program is going to have both of them for quite a while. Buttazzoni just a sophomore, Diego a freshman.
And here's Wakely to Mirko Buttazzoni. Chabrier took it away, couldn't get it back by Mirko. And Russell comes out with it. Russell has it. Russell draws a penalty as Elliott makes the save and will be 4-on-4 for a minute 2.
Wow, just an incredible effort by Charlie Russell there. And he was unavailable on the last penalty kill because he was in the box, but on that one, to strip that puck away on the right side, created a 2-on-1. He decided to hold on to it, and he got all the way to the net until finally Mirko Buttazzoni,
number 17, minor penalty for high stick,
got his stick up. And 4-on-4, the Black Bears already have one tonight, and then they'll have about a minute of power play.
So 4-on-4 for the moment. Little open ice. The 4 for Maine: Jurasevich, Peterson, Fowler, and Poirier. For UMass Lowell, it's Edie, Miskey, Adazinski, and Maury. Shot by Poirier, just missed. Rebound collected by Connor Edie. Adazinski has his first collegiate goal tonight. To Maury. And Nate Miskey. Miskey, now Edie, tried to turn on the Jets. Jurasevich, a good poke check. Maury at the left point. Owen Fowler able to leave the puck for Jurasevich. Tried to find Poirier, but cut off nicely there by Maury. 25 seconds in the 4-on-4 before it becomes a brief Maine power play. Peterson, good spin move. Owen Fowler can't get it in the zone as Varwerk took it over. Schweighardt up ahead to Varwerk again. Drop pass is intercepted. Scholey to Russell. Russell back to Scholey. He shoots. It's stopped by Elliott, and another penalty on UMass Lowell, which will create a 5-on-3 for 54 seconds.
And you see the impact of these nice little passes that the Black Bears have made.
Lowell, number 11, minor penalty for holding.
That's at least the third time tonight where they've gotten a player loose in front and drawn a penalty on it. And now this play's starting to get loud as they sense the moment here, as you mentioned, Jeff, a extended 5-on-3.
So it's Tanias Mathurin in the penalty box this time. So now it is a 5-on-3 for 54 seconds. The Maine power play brought to you by Versant Power, powering communities in northern and eastern Maine since 1924. This is now the 5th power play opportunity of the night. For Maine, it's Nadeau, Holt, Friel, Scholey, and Poirier. The 3 for UMass Lowell are Morey, Ahern, as well as Miskey. UMass Lowell clears off that face-off. Holt drops to Nadeau. Josh Nadeau over to Friel. Now Holt with some space. Poirier waits, got it down low, but Scholey didn't hang on to it. Poirier, and that one hopped Nadeau's stick. Ahern plays to the boards. Holt trying to win the race against Miskey, intercepted though by Ahern. He'll send it on Rousseau, who wants to try to quickly get it back up ice. 15 seconds in the 5-on-3. Poirier for Holtz. Friel. Nadeau, top of the slot. Nadeau almost overskated it. Nadeau shot it, save, rebound, cleared away, and out to center by Adazinski as UMass Lowell gets Mirko Buttazzoni back on the ice. 2 for 5 now is Maine. This is officially the 6th power play. Russell saucers over for Marcus. Marcus finds Jurasevich and he scores! Frank Jurasevich with his first goal of the season at the biggest time, and we're tied at 4.
And how about the Black Bears power play tonight, capitalizing 3 times. And after they missed out on the first half of the 5-on-3, you thought they might have missed their opportunity, but not the case. Great cross-ice look there. Marcus with the pass, Jurasevich with the finish, and this place goes up for grabs.
So our 3rd tie of the night between Maine and UMass Lowell. So we practically start over again. 4-all at Cross Insurance Arena.
4's not going to be enough tonight, Jeff.
Not for one of these teams, that's for sure. With the puck here, Usero to Chabrier. Maine has led once at 2-1. Can they find another in the last 6 minutes? Shot out to center that time by Shipley. Here's Nemec losing to Pichette. Thomas Pichette. Now Diego Buttazzoni. Maine wrenches it free, and it's Brandon Chabrier to Usero. He shoots in. Elliott over to Miskey. Now Shipley. Here's Buttazzoni. Diego Buttazzoni. Again to Shipley. Long pass to Parks, finds Diego Buttazzoni. Almost taken away there by Peterson. Maine wants to come the other way. It's Fowler. Over to Scholey. Sully Scholey jammed on the brakes. Fowler took a hit. UMass Lowell dug the puck free.
Oh.
Mathurin, and he's knocked down, and Charlie Russell gets called for the penalty. So Maine will have to kill another one.
Maine penalty number 11, 2 minutes tripping.
When we return, it's 4-4 with less than 5 minutes to go in regulation. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN+. 4:57 left in the third period at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, Maine. Maine Black Bears and the UMass Lowell Riverhawks knotted up at 4. UMass Lowell is about to go to their 6th power play of the night. They're 2 for 5 thus far, looking to retake the lead after a Charlie Russell tripping penalty.
Now, special teams has been the name of this game. 5 of the 8 goals have come in non-5-on-5 situations. And how about a shorthanded goal to put the Black Bears ahead right here?
Here's Owen Fowler. He will chip it out. And back to go get the puck is Delaney for UMass Lowell. Check that, Kilcullen. And it's Dylan Bentley, who's got 2 of the Riverhawks goals. Kilcullen, left point. Bentley tries it, blocked by Jurasevich. Friel, run into. Holt won the battle as he dug it free, rims all the way around behind the UMass Lowell goal. As Elliott hands off to Payne. Dominic Payne, the sophomore transfer from Canisius. Here's Pichette getting it back deep again. Elliott almost coughed that puck up behind the net. Pichette down low. Nadeau tried to get it goalward, but couldn't get the angle right. And here's Libor Nemec. Maine's killed off the first half of the penalty. Under 4 minutes to go in regulation of a tie game. If we're tied at the end of regulation, we go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime. If that doesn't decide it, then the extra hockey's point will be determined via a shootout. Miskey gives to Schweighardt. One-timer, Miskey stopped by Rousseau. Rebound picked up and cleared by Brock James. Long pass, though, makes it to Nemec, but UMass Lowell is offside. Wakely hadn't cleared the zone yet.
Easy call there for the linesman. Big save by Rousseau. He has not been tested as much here in the third period. It's been a very strange period full of non-5-on-5 situations as both teams have been to the box multiple times. And not sure what the discussion is here. Maybe if they're talking about an intentional offside.
That's what I'd figure.
It was very, very clear, but they're going to leave the draw just outside the main blue line.
Fowler against Wakely. Wakely won it back. Miskey will have to go back and get it. Near the final 10 seconds of the UMass Lowell power play, and near 3 minutes left in regulation. Mirko Buttazzoni. Charlie Russell released from the penalty box. Maine clears it. Russell will win the race to prevent icing. Charlie Russell behind the UMass Lowell net. Russell looking for help. Russell shoots, save on Poirier. That puck found its way right to him as it pinballed, but Elliott there for the stop.
It's a huge save by Elliott. I mean, talk about right place, right time for Poirier.
Poirier has 2 goals tonight for the Black Bears, so one guy each side working on a hat trick possibly. 2:20 left. Nadeau to Jurasevich, whose goal at 15:40 of the third period is tied to score. Jurasevich banks to Poirier. He got a touch on it. No icing. Elliott around the glass. Poirier cuts it off side of the circle, but it's behind him, and Ravelli comes out with it. And now UMass Lowell is offside again.
Well, it's been quite a hockey game, obviously. You could tell both of these teams trying to avoid a third straight loss. They're fighting hard. They really want this win. And the back and forth nature of it has just created great drama. And Jeff, I thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Happy to do it.
Great crowd, too. I don't know if they've officially announced the sellout, but not too many empty seats. Looks like timeout Maine here.
Indeed, Ben Barr
Timeout, man.
uses his timeout here, and the timeout is brought to you by the official jeweler of the Black Bears, Designs by Aaron, where Maine goes to get engaged. Score is 4-4 between Maine and UMass Lowell with 1:58 left in the third period. Maine is 3 for 6 on the power play tonight. UMass Lowell 2 for 6 on the man advantage here this evening, or pardon me, they're 1 for 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I wrote one on the wrong side.
It's been, that's 11 combined power play chances. We've had a lot of non-5-on-5 play. The Black Bears also with a 4-on-4 goal in there. I mean, it could be 7-7 right now, let alone the score we have. But I think both of these teams feel like they've deserved to win. There's been pretty big shifts in momentum. There's been times where UMaine has dominated play. There's been times where UMass Lowell has, and we'll see who can get the upper hand.
UMass Lowell won that draw, and it's Mathurin. Didn't get it as deep into the zone as he wanted. Maine cleared. Fortuitous bounce for Maine off the linesman there. UMass Lowell takes it away, and it's Mathurin. Holt had his stick lifted. Centering feed off the outside of the goal. Holt got it back. Sent up ahead. Holt's going to try to win the race for the puck. Didn't do it as Mathurin has it back. Lucas Peterson goes to get it for the Black Bears. Brandon Holt. Diagonal to Russell to enter the zone. Charlie Russell behind the Lowell goal. Scholey can't quite possess the puck. Miskey to Schweighardt. We hit a minute to go. Schweighardt harassed by Scholey. Nadeau flips it back behind the net, but Schweighardt right there to pick it up. Off the glass, back to center. Usero shoots in, but only as far as Nate Miskey. TJ Schweighardt. Miskey. Bank pass to Ahern. Second attempt gets it into the zone, but would have been offside. Under 30 seconds left in regulation. Jurasevich to Poirier. Tips into the zone to avoid icing. Miskey. Poirier. Side of the right circle. Justin Poirier behind the net. Poirier shoots it off the outside of the cage. Now Jurasevich tries. That missed, and Nobes is going to be unable to keep it in. It'll go all the way back down. Time ticks down as Nobes will not try it. The horn sounds, and we'll play overtime, and we will split the Hockey East points tonight.
Well earned for both teams. I mean, they've fought hard. They're both trying to get their seasons on track. It's resulted in a very entertaining game, and I don't know how long this 3-on-3 is going to go. I'm not sure we're going to get through 5 minutes, the nature of this game, but we'll see.
We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the overtime through 3 periods. It's Maine 4, UMass Lowell 4. This is Hockey East on ESPN+. Hockey East on ESPN+. The Maine Black Bears and UMass Lowell Riverhawks tied at 4 after regulation. So we'll play overtime at Cross Insurance Arena in Portland tonight. From the Twin City Tire and Service broadcast booth, need tires or auto service? Head to Twin City Tire and Service on Wilson Street in Brewer, online at twincitytireme.com or call 207-989-TIRE. I'm Jeff Mannix, happy to be joined by Maine Mariners broadcast voice Mike Keeley. Mike, I know you see games in this building all the time, but this is pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great every time UMaine comes down here to play. It's just a different type of atmosphere. There's nothing quite like college hockey. And, you know, it seems fitting that this game is going to end in what is really a special team situation because it's been the story of the game throughout. Let's see if there could be a hero in a white sweater tonight.
Maine and UMass Lowell get overtime underway. This is the first overtime game this season for UMass Lowell. This is the fourth for Maine. They've won 2 of them. The other ended in a tie and a shootout loss. Here comes UMass Lowell. That is a shot that is turned away. That's Adazinski, who tried to stuff it on Rousseau, but he made the save. Sholey enters the offensive zone. Sully Sholey to Fowler, trailing the play. Owen Fowler, the ex-Riverhawk. Fowler still. He'll drag it out to center. And now Holt will try. Charlie Russell's just hopped off the bench. Now Lucas Peterson also enters the fray, as does Justin Poirier. Poirier replaces Fowler. He's got the puck. He felt the need to retreat. First minute of the overtime played.
It's all about puck possession in the 3-on-3. Got to make sure you're changing cleanly.
Justin Poirier churning the legs. He shoots it. Save made Elliott. Russell loses an edge in the corner. Tries to win the puck back. And Varwerk able to possess it. Has to work it back to his goalie, Elliott, who gives to Mirko Buttazzoni. Mirko Buttazzoni with Varwerk and Miski on this shift. Buttazzoni's shot wide of the mark. Mirko Buttazzoni does the scissors there, hoping to try to maintain possession in the corner. Now Maine might have a 2-on-1. It's Nadeau. Josh Nadeau shoots it. Good block that time by Miski. Nadeau plays to the corner. And Maine kept it in for the moment. Varwerk, though, to Mirko Buttazzoni. A little more than 2 minutes gone in the OT. Nate Miski. Miski gives that to Nemec. He's got some speed and a good block there by Sholey. Puck picked up by Holt. He'll race up ice. Brandon Holt. Across to Fowler, who fanned on it. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Ahern, right side, shoots, save Rousseau. Rebound to Shipley. He'll send it out front, but out of the reach of Nemec. Now it's a race for the puck. Fowler will get there first. Owen Fowler, save, rebound off the post. Peterson too high. Fowler again. Owen Fowler tried to get Peterson backdoor. It got cut off. Russell to Peterson. Peterson, Fowler, score! Owen Fowler beats his old team in overtime, and Maine gets 2 big points.
Oh, how good does that have to feel for Fowler against his old team? He was shut down on the breakaway, and then he hit the post, trying to pot his own rebound, but stayed with it, went to the net, cashed the backhand. What a game.
The Maine Black Bears pick up an important win after they lost 2 straight on the same weekend to their arch rival for the first time in 17 years this past weekend. Maine needed a result, and they get it.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a tough week. It's so tough getting swept on home ice, something that the Black Bears are not used to. And, I mean, they faced so much adversity in this game. The lead changed hands, what, 4 or 5 different times. They were down in the third against a pretty good defensive team. They had moments where they took some frustration penalties, but they battled through it all. And, I mean, the word of the week was character, and I don't think it's possible to get a more character win than the Black Bears got here tonight.
Our post-game show is brought to you by Bangor Savings Bank. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. We're here to support your goals, your journey, and what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com or stop by to experience banking with heart. Bangor Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Owen Fowler with his 6th goal of the season at 3 minutes and 2 seconds of overtime. And the Black Bears win their 9th game of the season. They're now 9-7-1. They're 6-5 in Hockey East. This will be a 2-point win rather than a 3-point win because it came in overtime. But I don't think the Black Bears care. Just so long as this goes in the win column, that's all they cared about.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how tight it is in the middle of those Hockey East standings and how important these points were and the type of swings you could have on a night-to-night basis. And I mean, just for the confidence of this team to pick up the win, and again, in the manner that they did, Jeff. I mean, it could be so easy to get down at points throughout this game, the way things were going. They were down in the third. They found themselves in the penalty box. Looked like they were going to miss a 5-on-3 opportunity, but then capitalized on the ensuing 5-on-4. And they just came out and wanted it in overtime. And give Lucas Peterson some props, getting that puck to the front of the net and allowing Fowler to finish.
So UMass Lowell with the defeat. They now have lost 6 out of 7. They are 6-11-0 for the season, 3-6 in Hockey East. They do pick up a point, so they'll pull even with Merrimack for 8th place in the conference standings. For UMass Lowell, I'm sure they'll feel like this is a kind of a game to grow on a little bit. They're not going to have another one until December 28th, which will actually be an exhibition at home against Bentley. Their next countable game won't be till January 2nd. They'll play out in Palm Springs, California in a tournament there. The first game will be against nationally ranked Minnesota State. So that'll be a big challenge here for the Riverhawks. But certainly this was not a bad game for them. There's a lot of positive to say for UMass Lowell.
Yeah, no question. I mean, they had just 1 goal in each of their last 2 games. So to come out and put up 4, a team that's kind of built around their defense, when you score 4, you expect to win, which was one of the stats that you had brought up earlier. So lots of positives to take away for Lowell. Obviously, they had the lead in the third, and they saw it slip away. So they're going to not be happy about that. But they do find a way to get a point, and they are still very much in it in the Hockey East race for the playoffs.
Well, big win here for the Black Bears. The win will again move them up to 16 points in the standings. So they'll go back ahead of New Hampshire, and they'll pull into a 3rd place tie with the Northeastern Huskies. And Maine will not play another Hockey East game for a month. Their next Hockey East game won't be till January 9th when they play a 2-game series at Providence. Maine will have a couple non-conference series before that. The big challenging one ahead of the Providence series is at Denver for 2 games. But Maine is going to be home at Alfond Arena this weekend to play Lindenwood. And I know that the Maine fan base is breathing a giant sigh of relief after tonight.
Yeah, the big springboard to go into that series as well, even though it's outside the conference. Obviously, you want to build momentum for when you get back into conference play. And as you said, that very challenging trip to Denver coming up in the not-so-distant future. So this was a huge win. It's nice that they get to stay at home here for next weekend and try to build that confidence up again and get back to where they were at the beginning of the season.
And certainly will be on the air, of course, for Maine hockey against Lindenwood. The opening game of that series is Saturday. That is a little bit earlier of a start than normal. It's at 6:30. That's actually the second game of the day, though, here on ESPN Plus, because the Maine Black Bear men's basketball team will host the Canisius Golden Griffins earlier on Saturday. That will be at 2 p.m. right here on ESPN Plus. Well, great trip for the Maine Black Bears to Cross Insurance Arena here in Portland. An Owen Fowler overtime winner is enough for the Black Bears to get the 5-4 victory over the UMass Lowell Riverhawks. For Marissa and Ryan in the control room, for the Cross Insurance Arena crew behind the scenes, and for my broadcast partner tonight, the voice of the Maine Mariners, Mike Keeley, thanks so much for being here. I'm Jeff Mannix. Thanks for watching Hockey East on ESPN Plus.